Hello, tonight two big matches featuring clubs who've had contrasting weeks, and in the studio Ian Wright and Martin Keown. Everton against Arsenal to come, but first Spurs and Liverpool, who were both hugely impressive in the Champions League on Tuesday at Wembley. Guy Mowbray.
Madrid and Maribor felt like important staging posts for Spurs and Liverpool respectively. Spurs showing they've got a squad to mix it with the biggest around. Liverpool rediscovering a ruthlessness that's not always been apparent this season. Both should start here, chock full of confidence. Kieran Trippier, Son Heung-min and Dele Alli all start for Spurs as three changes from their draw at the Bernabeu see Moussa Sissoko, Fernando Llorente and Eric Dyer drop to the bench. Dyer, due to illness, ruled not quite well enough to play the whole game. Liverpool are missing Gini Wijnaldum because of a knee injury, so James Milner starts after impressing in Slovenia on Tuesday. Simon Mignolet's back in goal, Joe Gomez at right back, and the captain Jordan Henderson also returns to the team. Liverpool's back in red after dazzling in orange in the Champions League. Spurs, of course, in white, looking for a fourth successive Premier League win, looking for a first win against Liverpool since November 2012, a 2-1 victory at White Hart Lane. Liverpool haven't been beaten by Spurs in 10 meetings since, 9 of those in the Premier League. Son. Trippier. Kane. He's in, and he's beaten Mignolet, and he's scored. 4 minutes. Harry Kane again for Tottenham. And again, questionable Liverpool defending. From a throw. You wouldn't think there's much to see here. There's not much on. Kane is just on. Joe Gomez was playing him on at the top of the picture. He did well to keep his balance after Mignolet came to meet him. And he did what he does better than most in the game right now, put the ball in the net. And that is his first home goal in the Premier League this season. All previous 6 have come on the road here and there. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Liverpool 0. That didn't take long. Must do wonders for a player like Harry Kane, who's not exactly going to be lacking in confidence at the moment anyway, but when he hears himself described by a great such as Zinedine Zidane as a complete player at 24. Here's Coutinho. Moreno outside. The pullback was behind all. Milner keeps Liverpool pressing though. Too close to Lloris surely. A nice easy catch for the Spurs keeper. And quickly out towards Kane, who has given Lovren the slip. Lovren gambled and it cost him. Kane puts it in. Here's Son. There's 2. Dejan Lovren caught out once more. Spurs made the rest look easy. It's a wry smile. You can't really legislate for one of your key experienced defenders switching off like that, or making a mistake like that. He thinks he can get there. I think he knew pretty early on that he wasn't going to. What a pass from Harry Kane. It is just where Son wanted it. Made one, scored one, Kane, and Spurs have 2 in the bag. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Liverpool 0. Only 12 minutes played. Again, it underlines the many options that Mauricio Pochettino now has available to him. Son kind of starts one, then he's sub for the next one, but always ready when called upon. Does seem a little churlish of Pep Guardiola to have called them the Harry Kane team, when you think about that. Coutinho. It's a tigerish Trippier, and then quite an angry hack back at him by Philippe Coutinho. Eriksson curls one through to Son Heung-min, and Son's gone for another. What a rasper that would have been. Spurs running through at will. Trippier wasn't fazed by the foul of Coutinho, simply got back to his feet, got the ball moving again. And such confidence from Son. He's being forced wide by Jean Matip. He's got Mignolet in his way, but he had him well beaten. Liverpool in danger of being well beaten. Look who's next to Daniel Levy this afternoon. The man once the world's greatest footballer, Diego Maradona, who once played for Spurs. against Inter, May 1986, testimonial match for Ossie Ardiles. He played in boots borrowed from Clive Allen. A couple of months later, the hand of God happened. Kane kept it away from Lovren and then had the power to get away from Emre Can too. Firmino's after him now. Firmino goes in ruggedly. Kane stays down. Salah's on the chase here. Mohamed Salah will get there too. And it's a scuff finish, but it's a goal for Liverpool. There's a contest back on at Wembley again now. What pace was shown there by Mohamed Salah. Spurs will debate that. Harry Kane was thinking that he was fouled by Firmino, but then when that ball was played through, I don't think any of us reckon with Salah leaving everybody behind quite like that. It's a super pass from Henderson. And look at the Egyptian go. Not entirely sure he meant to finish like that either. Let's have a look. Well, maybe he knows where he's going. Certainly well away from Hugo Lloris. And the game has not gone well away from Liverpool after all. He believes and demands. Seems to enjoy playing against Spurs. Salah scored in the Europa League against them for both Basel and Fiorentina. Here's one in the Premier League. Dele Alli playing one through for Son. Mignolet saves, and it ricocheted back to him immediately from Lovren. An instinctive poke from Son. He realised very quickly that was his best bet of scoring. That's a good block by Simon Mignolet. Here comes the first change then, with half an hour played. And Dejan Lovren is off. No obvious sign of injury, but maybe a little bit of insult with those first two goals that Spurs scored. He is a player who has been struggling with a back problem. He does have to load up with painkillers pre-games. Maybe that's a factor, maybe not. So on comes Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to the traditional greeting for a former Arsenal player. Emre Can dispossessed. Dele Alli. Can back at him, but surely to foul him. And it will be the first card of the game too, and Emre Can knew it was coming, knew exactly what he was doing. And he's left him there. And Emre Can was not going to let him get away with it. That's a bit of a lunge too. So a Spurs free kick that will just about bring the first half to an end. Eriksson. Matip's header, it's gone straight to Dele Alli! And Dele Alli milks the acclaim of the Spurs fans at Wembley. That feels key. That feels like a huge moment. Liverpool had hauled themselves back into it, but they find themselves going in at half-time, 2 goals behind again. And Joel Matip wasn't nearly decisive enough with his header away. It's straight to Dele Alli, who's all on his own, and was able to get it in between Emre Can and Gomez, and easily past Mignolet. They've got Ali. They also have 3. Half-time. Spurs 3, Liverpool 1. Jurgen Klopp was still smiling at 2-0 down. He was then showing his fighting face at 2-1. He just looks plain angry at 3-1. Kane. Forced to the floor. Spurs free kick. He is just too hot for any defence to handle at the moment. It's Kieran Trippier who's going to put this ball into the Liverpool penalty area. Alderweireld's in the middle of it all. Vertonghen at the back of the queue. In from Trippier. Mignolet didn't get it. There is Vertonghen! Kane! The block on the line was in vain. Harry Kane has another brace of goals. Not Mignolet's finest moment of the match. Liverpool again looking suspect at defending set pieces. He just gets a token touch, does the keeper. Firmino then did his bit, and Kane then did his. And it looks too far back for Liverpool to make it all the way back now. Harry Kane on 13 goals for the season, 8 of those in the Premier League, and it is Tottenham Hotspur 4, Liverpool 1. Spurs fans are serenading Harry Kane with the chant, "You're just a one-season wonder," laden with irony. For the first time today, over 80,000 people have watched a game of Premier League football in the stadium. 80,827 is a new record for the league. Jurgen Klopp really deep in his own thoughts there. There's a lot going on, isn't there? There is still a game going on, but he's playing out many scenarios in his mind. Moreno, he's gone for the early one. Here's Mohamed Salah. Philippe Coutinho. Coutinho, great try. Super save, Hugo Lloris. Absolutely magnificent. It's a terrific effort from Coutinho. It's through the gap, it's going in, but for that. And that's one of the best saves that we've seen this season. He is at full stretch. Aurier didn't manage to shield the ball. Oxlade-Chamberlain. There's Mohamed Salah. It's another save from Lloris. He's had to be busy this second half. He's had to be focused and switched on. There have been chances for Liverpool. A comfortable win for Tottenham Hotspur, who have now won 4 Premier League games in a row. And again, this feels like a statement win. Struggling to get the points at Wembley. They finally beat Bournemouth a week ago, but only just. This one's been much, much easier, it seems. Liverpool with more defensive questions to think about. Spurs just go marching on. Tottenham Hotspur 4, Liverpool 1.
The team start to build that confidence on Wembley. We were talking a lot last season. We were talking a lot from the beginning that this season, and it's so important to make Wembley home, feel like home. That is so important and key for us for the rest of the season, and seems like we are starting to show it here. No?
Watching those goals go in, though, Jurgen, you as the manager, that must make you tear your hair up. I mean, does it just need more work on the training ground? What?
First of all, it's 100% my responsibility. No, I don't coach the kind of defending of the first throw in. We put it on the plate, and of course we don't do it like this. It's not about confidence. It's just about being 100% spot on. You cannot get anything in a game like this against Tottenham if you're not like this at your best.
We've got a very tough month. We started it very well, but look, we've got tough games coming up, so we're positive. We're feeling good, especially that's just going to give us more confidence going forward. But plenty of games to go, plenty of time to go, so we just got to make sure we recover well and just get ready for the next one.
Dian got took off early, but it could have been any one of us that come off because it wasn't good enough. Obviously, when we scored the goal and got back in it, I felt the momentum changed a little bit, but then again we conceded another sloppy goal to make it 3-1 just before half-time, which kills us again, really. So very disappointing day, very frustrating. And it's only down to ourselves to go and put things right.
Diego Maradona was here today. Have you spoken to him? Did he enjoy the game?
Yes, I spoke before. Before was in the manager room, and was amazing. It was very emotional. He brings very good energy. To have the opportunity to see him, the best player ever on the football history, I think fantastic.
He'd probably like to play in this Tottenham team, Maurizio.
I don't know, maybe.
You think he'd get in?
No, it's amazing.
A nice interview by Alistair Bruce-Paul. Let's get straight to Harry Kane then. At the moment, he's shooting at a rate that hasn't been seen in the Premier League since Opta began doing their stats. So he's going now at more than 6 shots a game, which is kind of Messi and Ronaldo level in La Liga. And to put it in some more context, I'll let you answer in a minute. Right? Put it in more context. Lukaku, Morata, Aguero average about 4 shots per game.
Well, this is what... And soon what he's going to do is he'll probably get his 4, maybe 5 goals a game. We've seen Messi do it, but we're talking about somebody who a couple of seasons ago people were saying that, you know, one season wonder, 2 golden boots and a Ballon d'Or nomination later. He's just doing magnificent stuff. This is unlucky. Matip does pretty well there. He should get credit for that. But this is what Harry Kane's about. You know, he's up there, he's working hard. He kept them busy all day. Now, you watch him here. He's got 3 of them around him. He's only got one thing in his mind. How can I get this out my feet to shoot? That is what he's going to do. And at some stage during the season, he's going to hit a few on target and he's going to score a few goals. Great composure there. Of course, the goalkeeper and, you know, the defenders are all over the place. Same thing here. But what about... Look at Usain Son up there. Look at him. Blast past Milner. Usain, I'm going to call him. Yeah. But that was brilliant. And a great ball from Harry Kane. Now, this... Very, very impressed with this. And not only does he get a great opportunity to shoot here, but just watch his reaction here. You know, he's not satisfied with that. He's going to run literally 95 yards back. And I'm thinking to myself, Harry, whoa, whoa. What are you doing, Harry? Harry, what are you doing? He's run 95 yards back to help the defence out and then gets in the box. This could fall to anyone. Martin's going to have a look at this in a minute. Harry Kane in the right place, right time. And that is when you are in your purple patch.
What you never see the other Spurs players shrugging or pointing or having a go at him shooting from anywhere.
No.
Now, is that partly because they respect him as a finisher, but partly because he also will track back 95 yards as a team player?
Yes, I think so, all those things. But what is good, like you're saying, like, it's commendable to the Spurs players, is that when he does shoot, you never see flailing arms and, he's shooting again, because they know more often than not he's scoring.
Dele Alli was in a slightly different role for Spurs, so he was a little bit deeper as part of a midfield three, and that impressed you?
Definitely. He was playing sort of on the right-hand side of a three. This is the area that he was taking up most of the game, more of a conventional midfield player. Only the once did he arrive in the box when he actually scored the goal. And he showed an intelligence today. He's developing. It's been a quiet season for him, just 2 goals before today. This is a great pass. You'd think that was Eriksen making that pass. Good vision from him. Again, he realises Harry Kane's going to make the run. I've got to get that ball into the area. And his all-round game was really impressive. His tackling. Yeah. Look at this, how clever he is, how he takes that ball. There's an aggression to his game, and it's now coming together nicely, and he sets them on their way.
And then what he does as well, Martin, when he wins it, this is why they're talking about we haven't got that midfielder. We have got that midfielder. We've seen all the goal there. This is his goal. He just hangs out, waits, poor header from Matip, coming onto it and finishes. But he was enjoying what he was doing today. When he's playing that number 10 role, watch this skill and the awareness he's got here. When he's playing a number 10 role, he's in advance, he's back to goal. I don't think he enjoys it as much. Watch this with Chan. Yeah. You know, that's the kind of stuff that I think he enjoys doing. Now, I'm not saying that we want him to play in midfield for England and maybe take chances like that, but he enjoys playing the game.
But by being deeper, you have a greater view of the pitch.
More involved in the game. I think that when he's playing this number 10 role, he's too far up front and he's not involved like those. He enjoyed that today.
Don't you feel, though, midweek, the Real Madrid result is now... They haven't won a trophy, but it was almost like winning a trophy. And today you saw the icing on the cake, the little bit of extra. And it was the first time I've seen Tottenham at home when it felt like it was their home today. An emphatic victory. It's been difficult at Wembley.
I think because...
Today, very good.
I think coming there, a team the size of Liverpool, 80,000 people, I think it's a record for the Premier League now. The atmosphere, what was in there, was absolutely brilliant. I think they thrived off of that.
We saw Dejan Lovren get subbed after 30-odd minutes. He might be made the scapegoat for that Liverpool performance defensively. He might not. You definitely think it was more of a collective failure?
Definitely. It's always about the unit being together as a group. And this situation here, he thinks Kane's offside. But if you look at Gomez at the top of the screen, he's too deep. That's where he should be there, but he isn't. And in the end, he catches Lovren's out because the ball's played. It's a slow reaction because he's not live. You're looking at the linesman, they can't believe what's going on. Goalkeeper kills everyone, comes flying out. Harry Kane does a brilliant job. But look, if I was picking him up here, I'd be tighter. Get across him so I can put an arm on him. If he makes a well-timed run, I can block him. Then I give Matip more time to get across and help me, get me out of trouble. And the goalkeeper, as I say, it's awful. And then it's just a little tapping because the goal is clear.
What about this, then?
This one I can't understand. I think back to playing alongside Tony Adams. This one's just about being calm, staying goal side. But it's like somebody fires him out of a gun, Lovren's. And I think this is as a result of the first mistake, where he's not lively enough. He's too lively here. He just flies out of position.
Is that trying to make amends for earlier?
It is, but Matip, get across. You can affect the game here. Take him away from the goal. And this...
what about you saying up the top?
Milner's pace, he just gets killed.
You son Bolt.
But that's almost embarrassing. That's a long walk back for him, sitting on the bench and you know, thinking maybe his Liverpool career is over. This one here, again, they're very high. I don't understand why they don't just drop to the edge of the box. Just drop it to there. And then if it's overhit, the goalkeeper comes into play. Instead, he's stretching to get back. It's an awful header. But no one reacts. Moreno there should come across. Chan doesn't do anything. And Dele Alli's deadly from there. This one here, I can't understand. There's 2 Liverpool players about to head it. So if the keeper is coming, you're going to have to catch this.
He drops his own players.
Gomez, though, look, if he's going to be the replacement for Lovren, get back but goal side. That is the most prolific goal scorer in the Premier League, and look at the space he's got. That is criminal from.
But look how he just sniffed that chance out.
does it brilliantly. But
I suppose the big debate with Liverpool is always, is it individual errors or is it coaching errors? And actually, in those 4 goals, you've highlighted, I'm assuming it's probably a bit of both.
Yes.
There's definitely the unit. You know, you have to defend, of course, as a team, but the line is completely wrong there. And Lovren's, I mean, I feel Gomez probably offers better pace in that central position, and that is whenever they've got that doubt around them that they can't deal with pace, I think Liverpool need to make a change to the central defenders.
OK, if you want to make a point to Ian or Martin that they can discuss later on their analysis, then you can get in touch. Just use the hashtag MOTD2, although depending how their analysis for the next game goes, you might want to use hashtag Arsenal bias. We're going to go to Goodison, because it is Everton versus Arsenal, with the home side and manager in need of a good result. Steve Wilson, watch this one.
Ronald Koeman is a manager under pressure. Everton's Europa League campaign is virtually in tatters and their league form is not much better. How he must hope that Arsenal have arrived here in one of their more fragile frames of mind. Koeman's answer today is to go with a back 3, the experience of Phil Jagielka returning, then there's the youth of John Joe Kenny, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Nikola Vlasic, and of course Rooney, who has 14 career goals against Arsenal, the first and most famous of which was scored here almost exactly 15 years ago to the day. Mesut Ozil and Alexis Sanchez both start for Arsenal for the first time since their last visit to Merseyside, and that didn't go too well. A 4-0 thumping at Anfield. Arsene Wenger, who is 68 today, has seen his side lose 8 of their last 12 away league games. Alexis Sanchez for the first time. Into Ozil, helped on, this is dangerous, and it's a whisker wide. Could very easily have been an Arsenal goal inside the first 3 minutes. Lovely flick that from Ozil into Ramsey. You just see a white piece of paper in the centre circle, which is a commentator's notes, but I'm pleased to say they're not mine. Ramsey forward to Sanchez, Ramsey. Ozil to his right, Lacazette left. Here's Mesut Ozil. Bellerin, Ramsey wants it. Ramsey all movement today. This is brilliant. Fantastic save by Pickford. Not out of the wood. Xhaka deflected. Pickford prevents the corner as well. Well, he has had a very good first 9 minutes in this game. But many of his teammates can say the same. They are being undone here by some very, very good Arsenal into passing and movement. Lacazette on the turn, denied by an excellent save. Pretty worrying start if you're in Ronald Koeman's shoes. Monreal. Mertesacker. Xhaka was caught by Idrissa Gana again, no foul there. Wayne Rooney! Oh, he's done it again! He's done it again, Wayne Rooney! Well, back in the day, 15 years ago, it was a 90th minute winner. Same end of Goodison Park, similar finish. Wayne Rooney rolls back the years. Well, you almost couldn't make it up. Then it was Seaman, now it's Cech. Both goalkeepers left clutching at thin air as the net ripples behind them, thanks to the brilliance of Wayne Rooney. 1-0 to Everton, totally against the run of play. Well, Arsenal have played some outstanding football in this quarter of an hour, but they trailed to a brilliant goal. Cech is very lucky. Monreal has got there ahead of Rooney. Petr Cech hunted down by Calvert-Lewin. Well, dallied, couldn't make his mind up, and nearly ended up being sorely embarrassed. Sanchez managing to find Ozil. Sanchez for the return. Now Hector Bellerin, and then Jordan Pickford. It's a recurring theme. The Arsenal attack again ends up in the gloves of the Everton goalkeeper. There's Sanchez again, finding Granit Xhaka.
Sanchez was caught by Idrissa Gana Gueye there after the ball had gone, and it's going to be a card. Well, he was chasing him, had one or two bites, and then caught him, and the ball had gone, and gets the yellow card. So far, everything in public from up above has been in support of the man down below. Arsenal trying to whip up a storm in the last 5-6 minutes of the half. Mesut Ozil, Sanchez, good block, Xhaka, Pickford again with another save, but the follow-up is in. Nacho Monreal equalises for Arsenal, and Pickford is beaten the last. He's had an exceptional first half, the Everton goalkeeper. He kept out the first shot, but not the second. Nacho Monreal makes it 1-1. Xhaka hit it firm and low, and Monreal reacted very quickly. It's 1-1. That Monreal goal is only the second away goal Arsenal have scored in the league this season. It's Monreal and Rooney coming together, the Arsenal man won it. Now it's Kolasinac charging for Arsenal. Finding Ozil in space, now Alexis Sanchez, Pickford. Great save. Well, brilliant Arsenal move again. Ozil to Sanchez. Your money was on the striker there. Pickford's man inspired in the Everton goal today. So Everton have reverted to a back four. Tom Davies on for Ashley Williams at half-time. Davies, Rooney. Going to Sigurdsson. Oh, nice Calvert-Lewin. And Vlasic. Sigurdsson's back post. Vlasic. It's a good block. Needed to be. Monreal was there. Everton actually looking better for the change in formation in an attacking sense. Lacazette to Alexis Sanchez. Dangerous, brilliant goal, brilliant goal. Sanchez and Ozil combined to put Arsenal in front with a little gem of genius. It's a long time since I've seen Mesut Ozil play as well as he has at times today. And Alexis Sanchez, impudence here, picks him out, and it's a brilliant header. And it's Everton 1, Arsenal 2. Arsenal's big two combine to give them the lead. It is the German's first goal of the season, and how he enjoyed it. Here's Ozil once more. Koscielny could play. Look at the space, and Ramsey has not made the most of it. I don't think he needed to hit it first time, Aaron Ramsey. It was just behind him, and it wasn't straightforward to try and convert this first time. He had the space and time. Almost 3/4 of the way through this game. Arsene Wenger, agitated still. Over 2 years since his side came back from behind to win an away game in the Premier League. Gay to Rooney. Kenny. Vlasic. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle by Granit Xhaka. Gana Gueye into Granit Xhaka. And Idrissa Gana Gueye is sent off. It's his second yellow card, and Everton are down to 10 men. And it's going to be very, very tough for them now. He's caught Granit Xhaka. And there weren't many complaints. Calvert-Lewin, Rooney. Given away by Vlasic, he didn't really look. Hector Bellerin here for Arsenal. Sanchez onto Ozil, real danger here. Lacazette, Ramsey at the back post. There's Lacazette, and there's 3 points for Arsenal. Horribly exposed Everton by the counter-attack, and Lacazette surely puts this game out of Everton's reach. Careless from Vlasic, who's actually had a good game, but he just didn't look. Sanchez swept it on, and Everton were in all kinds of bother. And Lacazette has surely made the game safe. Well, the stubble has gone, but the trouble hasn't. Ramsey, Bellerin is really beginning to romp down that right-hand side. Sanchez. Xhaka being urged to shoot, nearly broke the crossbar. The rebound to Ramsey, can't put it away. Caught this all right. Wow. Jack Wilshere, Aaron Ramsey in on goal, 4-1 Arsenal. Ramsey's had a fair few opportunities to get on the score sheet today, and he's taken one in the last minute to heap further pain on Ronald Koeman, and a flood towards the exits. It's Everton 1, Arsenal 4. Off the mark with that ball intended for Lookman was Vlasic. That's a little bit short, and Nias has taken it away from Petr Cech and rolled the ball into the back of an empty Arsenal net. Nacho Monreal and Petr Cech with a complete breakdown in communications. And Oumar Nias has taken advantage. A goal that is just about as soft as they come. This is Ronald Koeman's 58th game in charge of Everton. Only one Everton manager in the last century has had fewer matches in charge than Koeman. That was Mike Walker. They have not traditionally been a sacking club. Ramsey's flick, beautifully done. Alexis Sanchez here, weaving a way through, and it's 5-2. It's a brilliant goal. Only half the crowd here to see it, but he saw it, and it doesn't help his cause. Everton's 10 men have really not been competitive since Idrissa Gana Gueye was sent off. It's a great goal by Alexis Sanchez. He's deserved a goal today. Dear, oh dear.
We were 1-0 down, should have been 2 or 3 up, and they were 1-0 down, and after that it was how do we respond to that, and can you maintain our calm, and we did that in a convincing way. I felt our movement was good, our passing was good, our finishing maybe not exceptional, but in the end it became easier.
Arsenal was the better team, but okay, we fought really well, defending well. Of course, they had many chances in the first half, but it was still 1-1, and it was 1-2. And after that, okay, we lost one man on the pitch, and that was impossible then.
Everton have been under a little bit of pressure, so we really wanted to get at them today, and we did that, and we created many opportunities, and we put the ball in the back of the net, which is always nice. So, yeah, hopefully we can continue on this and keep pushing forward.
What is the most important for me today is that we haven't won away from home until now, and you know that it is important to get your first win. But if we don't do that, it can become a psychological hurdle, and we did that in a convincing way, and we have shown all the ingredients that in our game that were tested or questioned, especially questioned last week.
It's not the position that Everton should be on. I mean, everybody knows that, but even after today, I see a lot of positives, how difficult it is, because it's a negative situation for the team, and then everything is negative, but I'm not like that.
I think Everton may have featured on a Sunday more than any other team so far this season, and again, Marty, you did last week, here we go again.
Yes, and the lack of creativity is still there, the balance of the team. It really is a nightmare for them. When you look at the players in this situation here, they're playing with a back five or with a back three. You want your wing-backs to push up and be high, create that canvas for Rooney. And you look at Kluivert-Lewin there, he's just looking down at the floor. Make a run, be available, be an option for the man on the ball, and he wasn't.
Yeah, the man on the ball's got enough space. If he did make a run, he could get it. But you can see the options there as well. You know, Wayne Rooney's got the ability to play those passes. That's what Everton need to be doing. In the end, he doesn't do it. He goes back and, you know, it comes to nothing. Now, the thing is, Everton are good enough to do that. They are. This situation, look at the space between Calvert-Lewin and the next Everton player. I believe he should be holding this one up, lay it into him, play so as he can bring the players onto him. So get some more players to support him. It didn't happen. And the same thing here, Martin. You know, you've got two number 10, Sigurdsson and Rooney, and then Calvert-Lewin makes a great run, but you know, you've got options. You've got that option there with Sigurdsson. You've got Wayne Rooney in the middle of it. He's gone for that one where Calvert-Lewin's got 3 players around him. In the end, they snuff him out.
They're just not giving it to the two number 10.
This is an opportunity,
play.
Martin, where they did actually get it right. They closed down pretty well. And then, look, you've got Klasic, you've got Calvert-Lewin. That's what I'm talking about, linking the play in Sigurdsson. And then they're a little bit unlucky here because they work it pretty well, but then Calvert-Lewin gets a little bit eager, runs offside. Now, they can do it. They've got to start doing that. They've got to start doing that and build confidence in the team.
I mean, I said you did last week. I mean, that was exactly the same piece of analysis as last week. And that's not because you're lazy or don't have very many ideas. That's because it is. Well, but it is. I mean, that's the same. It's the same thing week in, week out.
It is, and the Evertonian fans are tiring of it. And it's so static in the way that they play. And there's players on the bench that you're looking at. I mean, we've just looked at putting our own formation together. Now, it's difficult because defensively, Keane particularly, and Williams, they're having a nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
But when you put this team together, and we imagine that you would take over for Ronald Koeman, with the players that were available to him today, the team the two of you put together is designed to have more width, yes, more pace, and get the best out of Rooney and Sigurdsson.
You've got Sigurdsson. You've got to get Sigurdsson into the number 10 role. He was at Swansea. He's a top player. He's used to bossing things. He's a passenger at the moment. He's running around, but he's not doing anything effective.
He's doing a lot of running.
Morelos should be playing in that team. He runs with the ball. He's got that ability. Calvert-Lewin should be in a wide position. He's learning his trade. Don't play him as a centre-forward. He's taking the place of Lukaku. He hasn't got the knowledge. He doesn't hold the ball up. It's too much pressure on him. And you're watching it, hoping for something to happen, and they haven't got the right personnel in the right positions.
Well, what you can do as well, you can play that. I would play Morales and Calvert-Lewin with the pace, get the crowd going with some players who are trying to commit players. Yes, you could start Rooney if it doesn't go for him after an hour. You could take him off, maybe put Nias on, and just try to put some pressure on some teams.
Can the manager do more? I mean, it was interesting, I think, after Arsenal scored after 53 minutes, and then they lost the play. Gay was sent off, I think, 68 minutes. Well, there were 15 minutes there when he could have made a change. He could have been positive with the team, and he didn't. He just sat and waited. And you wonder how much time he's got now as manager. He's under huge pressure.
I think so.
You know, I think next one up is Leicester. They're without a manager, and he's just hanging on, Everton, to his job. Koeman, he really is under huge pressure now.
I feel for him because the players don't seem to be responding, and their confidence seems to be very low, like we've just shown there.
They've got Balassi out, they've got Coleman out, they've got no Barkley. Yes, but you've got enough players still to be able to do better than they are at the moment.
Right, Mesut Ozil, piece of analysis?
Yes, I mean, I've been very critical.
You have?
You know, and I think rightly so. We are, 9 games in, and he's suddenly turned up. And boy, did he turn up today. Look at the way he's running there, with purpose, with an energy. He really knitted everything together today for Arsenal. I think that was their sort of best front three, with Ramsey arriving as well. He's not been closing down, not trying to win the ball back. He did that today, not a problem. And he just showed his class. He has a vision that very few players have, and a calmness. Look at the way this weight of pass here. Look, just into position. Ramsey should score. I thought he was good as well today for Arsenal. So many good performances. I mean, I think it's 30 shots Arsenal ended up with today. They're most of the season away from home. Another little ball there. You know, Sanchez could have passed that to Ramsey, perhaps, if I'm being critical. But this is where his willingness to get forward. And it was a different head that he played with today. I've been questioning, is he really up for it? Is the speculation about leaving? Is he playing now for a move? Who knows? But who cares? Because that was a goal, great quality, and with conviction. He headed it with real purpose, and at times I've questioned that.
When he plays like that and delivers like that, should he be cut more slack from pundits in games where he doesn't deliver? Look at that, 123 games, 43 assists since he joined.
It's fantastic statistics, and the thing what's going to happen with Mesut is that for so long as he doesn't do it in the games where people want to see him do it in the so-called bigger games, then when he does it against an Everton side that are trying to find their form, then people are going to point their finger at the fact that, yeah, it's because Everton not playing well and this and that. I'm desperate for Mesut to do that in those games. I'm desperate for Mesut to stay at the club and continue to play in this way against everybody.
Give us a former Arsenal striker opinion of a current Arsenal striker.
I love Lacazette. I think that he's a fantastic signing, and what I haven't seen a lot of him is this, stretching teams, because when he stretches teams, look at Ozil, look at Sanchez, they've got that space to run into, and he's doing that. I was thinking that when I saw him a few times, he's coming towards the ball a lot. That's where you want him, on the edge. Now look at Sanchez, look at the space that Sanchez can get, even Bellerin can get in there as well. Again, this pass here from Kolasinac, so close. That's what you want, and when you see that, you could see the space just behind him. This is what I'm talking about Calvert-Lewin. Sometimes you just want to show up, link the play, and this was fantastic play from Arsenal. Yes, you know, John Joe, Kenny could have maybe got a bit closer to Sanchez, but Ozil gets in there and scores his goal. And this is where I believe that, you know, yes, they're down to 10 minutes. I believe this is when he gets into this situation, Lacazette, he finishes so well. I don't want to see him coming and getting too much involved in the link-up play, chappers, because I think we've got enough players to do that. I'd love to see him stay on the edge of the defenders and just run into those little slots and stretch teams.
OK, what a goal that was. Here's the Premier League table. Spurs level on points now with second-place Manchester United, who they play next weekend, both 5 points behind the leaders Manchester City. Arsenal have now got up to 5th. Liverpool are down to 9th. And it hasn't been a good day for the blue half of Merseyside either, with Everton slipping into the bottom 3, albeit only on goal difference. Thanks for your tweets on hashtag MOTD2. Paul Reeder with a very simple one straight away. Will Harry Kane catch Alan Shearer's record?
I hope he can catch the square-headed 260 lonely guy. If he stays in this league and Tottenham continue to progress at the rate they are, he's going to get somewhere near it, that's for sure.
I think Alan will be hoping he goes to Real Madrid because he's on his case. He looks to pass.
He started to spread that propaganda, hasn't he? Yeah, he's driving all the rumours at the moment. Tim says if Arsenal can keep Lacazette, Ozil and Sanchez on form, then they might actually make something of this season. Would you agree? The first time in the Premier League that those 3 have started today.
Yeah, they looked exceptionally good today. If you can keep them together. Wenger's clearly going to play them now, regardless of whether they're staying or not. I'd still keep them after January. If they're going to guarantee you the Champions League, and it's well worth it.
Is that a big if for you?
Yeah, it is a big if. I think that January is going to be vitally important to what's happening with those 2 guys, which makes it very doom and gloomy for me.
Broadcast RF, come on both. Well, he says come on righty, but I'll get it from both of you. Given we've seen both Arsenal and Spurs win today, an honest prediction for the North London derby next month?
Well, you can never call a North London derby. It's a derby, but you have to say Tottenham are in very good form at the moment. So you know, I don't know.
It's Arsenal at home, though, isn't it?
Arsenal at home, yeah.
I fancy Arsenal to do it. Yeah. Why not? All these Champions League games and Arsenal already playing their reserves in the Europa League. Maybe the Premier League is going to be better for Arsenal.
I'm not calling a derby. Obviously, I want us to win, but I'm not calling a derby.
Tottenham is an outstanding element. I think.
Yeah, but you're going Arsenal.
Of course.
Yeah. I did say hashtag Arsenal bias. Just time for 2 good, 2 bad, or 2 up, 2 down, as Ian called us in the office earlier.
I do that.
You did, yeah. It was a weekend that toughened up the kids, whether they were watching at Manchester City or a mascot at Stoke. Give him a long-sleeve shirt, surely. The skill of the weekend came from David De Gea. Now, the photo we used behind Leon Osman on Match of the Day 2 Extra was Ronald Koeman, not Phil Mitchell.
No, that's Phil Mitchell.
The tweet of the weekend came from Burnley. Pope says from Jesus, amen to that. And on this, just watch Knockout in the background trying to join the celebrations. We'll share again and again. Thank you very much to Ian and Martin. Now, it was a struggle for Swansea yesterday with defeat to Leicester and another own goal. Since August 2015, they've scored 11 of them, more than double any other Premier League team. When you see this, it's hard not to feel sorry for them. Good night.